Hunter x Hunter is the story of a young boy from a small island who leaves to follow in the footsteps of his father and chase one of the most renowned occupations in this fictional world, that of a hunter. He meets many friends and has many adventures along his journey before catching up to his father, which is where the anime has left us hanging for the time being. Now, that's probably the most basic summary of Hunter x Hunter you'll ever hear. It's a tale of epic, world-changing proportions that never lulls for a second. Besides the palace scene, but we're not going to talk about that. Hunter x Hunter is what I believe to be the closest thing to a modern day epic that we have in anime or manga, and let's talk about why. Before we go any further, I'd like to ask you to smash that like button down below and consider subscribing for more videos like this in the future. And now, let's get into it. To preface, obviously Hunter x Hunter isn't written in the poetic style of the original Greek epics. The style of writing has changed with the rise of Western civilization, and now epics can range from the likes of novels like Lord of the Rings, to movies like Star Wars, to anime series like Hunter x Hunter. There are generally 6 key elements of a modern epic, and Hunter x Hunter meets the criteria for all of them. First, the plot is based around a hero of unbelievable stature. This hero or protagonist completes feats that normal people can only dream of. Gon is an amazing example of this. While he isn't the most powerful character in Hunter x Hunter, insert God King Meruem here, he is an early standout from most of the other characters. He passes the Hunter exam as a rookie before beginning his journey into the world of Nin. Fast forward all the way to the Chimera Ant arc, and Gon does something unheard of. He sacrifices all of his Nin powers and is willing to throw the rest of his life away just to avenge Kite and take down Neferpito. Parallels can be drawn to the great hero Achilles, risking it all to avenge his best friend Patroclus. Gon is the epitome of an epic hero. To go along with this, the hero of an epic does deeds of superhuman strength and valor. This point is kind of redundant. Gon's insane strength before even gaining his Nin powers is a clear example of this. As to feats of valor, Gon always shows courage in the face of battle to the point where it can actually be a character flaw of his. This is what got Kite's arm removed before he had a chance at a fair fight with Pito. On the other hand, scenes like Gon facing Hisoka despite knowing their crazy power gap are very moving moments in the anime that allow the viewer to grow closer to Gon as a protagonist. Another element of an epic is the vast setting that the narrative takes place in. The Hunter x Hunter universe is huge and it's still expanding to this day. Well, hopefully Togashi isn't just twiddling his thumbs. Gon starts off in Whale Island before traveling throughout the Hunter exam arc and eventually ending up at Kukuru Mountain to visit Killua. They travel to Heaven's Arena, York New City, Greed Island, and a few other places before ending up in the NGL and East Gorto. That doesn't even take into account places like Meteor City, which is the crazy home of the Phantom Troop. There's no shortage of crazy places in Hunter x Hunter, and that's about to skyrocket whenever we get more information about the Dark Continent that's been mentioned. Speaking of the Dark Continent, another quality of an epic is that it involves supernatural or otherworldly forces. While the Dark Continent isn't explored yet in the anime, countless other features of Hunter x Hunter qualify as supernatural. The Nin power system is the most obvious example of this. It allows powers ranging from the likes of bungee gum, which if you didn't know has the properties of both rubber and gum, to attacks like the 100 type Guanyin Bodhisattva and everything in between. Beings like the Chimera Ants themselves qualify as otherworldly, so there's no shortage of wacky forces that don't exist in the real world. A sustained elevation of style is another element of an epic. When you experience the Hunter x Hunter anime for the first time, one of the most apparent qualities of the story is the loud and sometimes obnoxious narrator. I personally love the style of narration, at least in the English dub, but it's very obvious that he's almost in control of the entire story, which gives us as the viewer a unique experience and a slightly different style from most other anime. The height of this was in the Palace Invasion mini-arc during the Chimera Ant arc. I think we've all seen those stairs enough to never see them again and feel just fine about it. Finally, the narrator of an epic sees and knows all perspectives of the story. They remain objective and omniscient. The Palace Invasion, the points of view from literally everyone in the story for about 20 episodes that is actually only taking place over 10 real-time minutes. Need I say any more? No, but seriously, the narrator of Hunter x Hunter is well set up so that we as viewers know all the angles and thoughts behind every action, so I appreciate this and the style behind it. Those are the basic elements of an epic on a superficial level. One more important thing to note is that an epic often portrays moral ideals and taboos via the protagonist and antagonist respectively. Hunter x Hunter puts a spin on this that is in my eyes almost unmatched. Almost every single character, especially those highlighted in the Chimera Ant arc, represent a different ideal or set of ideals. For example, Colt represents the importance of loyalty, Knuckle represents kindness, and so on and so forth. The great spin here is that the protagonist Gon actually falls to a darker side of himself and represents moral taboos like falling to one's own darkness. The antagonist, who really isn't a villain in my eyes, actually swaps with Gon in that Meruem wanted the better society for humans and everyone, and he displays larger ideals that the character of Gon never begins to touch on. Before we get any further, I'd once again like to ask you to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this in the future. It means a lot to me. And now let's bring it all full circle. Hunter x Hunter incorporates all the basic elements of an epic. Its plot is based around Gon, a young man who completes many unbelievable tasks and is blessed with insane physical abilities. He travels the world, visiting many unique places, and now he's set to face a dark continent that's beyond anything we've seen yet. The story involves supernatural forces like nin powers and otherworldly beings like the Chimera Ants. The narrator holds a certain style and sticks with it throughout the story, and he also has an omniscient point of view for its entirety. Finally, the characters of Hunter x Hunter represent many different ideals and moral concepts, allowing a depth of story unrivaled in modern anime. Hunter x Hunter is a modern epic, and I'm blessed to have experienced such a great work of art. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Hunter x Hunter as a modern epic, and let me know down below what other works of anime qualify as an epic in your eyes. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.